Hi, my name's Michelle Geraghty-Corns. I'm the owner and founder of EternalBeing. EternalBeing has been going for approximately about 25 years now. Before that, I was actually running Inner Detox for Sue Twix, who's now emigrated in Australia, and I used to run her business out of Bikram Yoga alongside my other 3 more jobs at the time. That's EternalBeing. So why did EternalBeing come about? I believe that nobody on this planet should experience problems with their gut or mental health. I've been there, I've worn the t-shirt. That's the reason why EternalBeing exists. I was seriously ill, and the therapies that I have within the clinic have changed my life. And I want to spread that word to every single person out there. They are the best practitioner within themselves, and that's what we want to educate people out there about. So when EternalBeing was founded, there's 25 years ago, the first thing that we did was advanced hydrotherapy. Wow, have we grown. The reason why we've grown is we've grown into all the other therapies because we can see the links of what it does for a patient. So understanding the actual gut bio, looking at the stools, looking at the hormones, looking at your bloods, looking at massage, looking at intolerance testing, allergy testing, but also more importantly, the other things that support that as well. So looking at supplements, looking at patches, looking at skin, it all links to the gut. And for me, helping patients on so many different levels to help them understand that link to the gut. If you use this product or you use this treatment, that is your toolkit that's going to change how you feel within your day. So many people come to me for many different reasons, and it doesn't have to be down advanced hydrotherapy. It can be that the person's got cancer, and the thought of having a colonic or having an enema or any of the other treatments might not be that they can manage or cope with, the thought process of that. So the medical consultation is a key point in everything that we do. The reason for it is that we need to look at that full history, taking it all the way back to birth to present, and the symptoms they've got, the people they're working with, the medications they might be taking, how they're feeling with their mental health, their relationships, if they've had food poisoning, how many times they've had antibiotics, if they've got animals, if they're living with wild stock. There's many things that we ask that might sound a little bit crazy, but that craziness works because we're able to pinpoint exactly what we need to do with their care plans. More importantly, what other practitioners they're working with, because we work in harmony with that practitioner. We get a lot of referrals, which is amazing because we want to work with each other on the same plan, and for that patient to feel comfortable and confident enough that they're going to get the desired results that they're wanting. So letting that patient talk, open up, and what their expectations are is very, very important to us. So we have an array of different treatments within the clinic, and they can actually work in harmony with each other. So if somebody's got problems with their lymph system, the swelling of their ankles or their tummy or the bingo rings or the love handles, we can do lymphatic drainage alongside using CBD products, which is anti-inflammatory. We actually have skincare products of EternalBeing Healthcare as well that can deal with eczema, psoriasis. But then, or more importantly, going back to the colonic again, advanced hydrotherapy, clearing the nervous system and the gut out to get those impurities, which then helps with absorption, but also swelling as well. Then you've got regards to hormone changes. So we could be doing a hormone test on someone when they feel that their hormones are out of balance, and that can be down to the change, menopause, or the males don't really like talking about, but the males go through the change as well, so we can check their testosterone levels, but also more importantly, understanding what's going on, getting to those key results is what we do at EternalBeing. So, an experience regards to advanced colon hydrotherapy, we get two types of different people. People that are really excited, which are my favourites to be honest with you, and then you get the really nervous, anxious ones, which eventually by the end are the ones that get the most excited about coming back again. So what do people get nervous about? They get nervous about basically insertion. Let's be honest about it. It's regards to something going into their sphincter muscles, or I like to call it the kiss muscle, and they're worried that this big tube is going to be hanging out of their bottom. Well, that isn't what happens. This is how much goes into your bottom. That's it. And as I say to people, you poo. Some of you might poo, some of you might not poo, some of you might poo and it's painful. So helping patients and reassure them what is actually going to happen, and it's not going to be painful is a key point. So the other reason why it's not going to be painful is that we do breath work with our patients. I can tell straight away whether somebody's anxious, stressed, or there's been some inner trauma. That is what my magical gifts are, you know. I'm able to do that. I'm able to pinpoint exactly as soon as a patient walks in, but even at their medical consultation, and so can Steve Boo, who also is one of the head practitioners at EternalBeing. So when we know that, we can reassure them as soon as they come into the room and get them to do some breath work. We repeat that, we do some rehearsals, and then we're able to then guide them through that process. More importantly as well, the kiss muscles or the sphincter muscles, we relax those as well. We can use our own EternalBeing Healthcare CBD products that help relax the area, numb that area if that makes people feel a little bit better. And we use basically CBD implants as well that also relax it as well. Orally CBD can be given, and we use it on the colon as well to do massage. So the experience is more pleasant, especially when you deal with somebody that is stressed, or somebody that has explosive diarrhea, for instance, and their experience of going to the toilet is quite traumatic. So yeah, and then can you watch it? Obviously you can. That's one bit that I will get people to do. Sometimes they don't know, and that is okay. So, you know, we will keep them in a relaxed position, talk them through, and you also got to realise that I am a therapist. So if I do feel that things need to be visited, and I feel it's the right time, you'll be amazed what happens down that tube. So also going back to our equipment, our advanced machines are medical grade as well. That's a very important fact. And also everything that we use within the clinic is disposable. So that is a key point that a lot of patients ask us and are worried about. So yeah, all the equipment that's used on you is disposed away. And unlike one of my patients the other week, she did make me smile. She told her colleagues that she was coming to have a treatment. And she went, yeah, they keep it in a bucket. And I said to her, seriously, you didn't say that. She went, wow. I went, how long have you been coming to me? You've been coming to me for the last 6 years and you think I can lay it in a bucket? Come on. So yeah, you do get some funny things that are said to you. So people's expectations when they have advanced contact therapy for the first time is they expect to see all this gunk and rubbish and marbles and random stuff. I get asked, will I see this and will I see that? That doesn't happen, okay? There's lots of stuff that people see on YouTube, and sometimes I'm like, wow, okay, no, that in reality, that isn't what happens. What you will experience is there'll be a lot of gases that will come out. As I say to people, I'm your glorified plumber, I've got to sort your pipe work out. So when a radiator's not working properly, what do you have to do? You have to bleed it. So we have to release those gases because we want to keep that patient in parasympathetic nervous system. We want to keep them nice and relaxed. So that traumatic experience of when somebody's very swollen or bloated, why would I want to put them into a fight-flight response of like explosions coming out? That doesn't happen. So we have to release that pressure, and then when you start to hydrate the colon, you start to release the fecal matter, the poo matter, away from the colon wall. We also want to encourage that muscle to contract, to go into paracelsus, as I say, that the sexy caterpillar moving along instead of a slug with a machine gun and loads of stuff coming out. But what you will find is when people take prescribed medications for long periods of time, or even short periods of time, this will affect the way that colon works. So it might work erratically, and then you get a load of sludge that comes out all in one go. Or when people have been taking laxatives, it's horrible. You know, you see that matter coming out, just water waste coming away, poo juice, you know, just coming away from you, and then that relief of pressure, and you see it in their face. And then undigested food, we see a lot of that, and you will see some forms of parasites coming out. We will not be able to tell you what parasite it is though, okay? Any practitioner that tells you that they know what that parasite is, they're not telling you the truth. That has got to go to a lab to see what it is. So yeah, there's a lot of things that we see within a treatment, but we like you to watch. But not every patient likes to, but eventually by the end they have a sneaky look at the side like that. So after having advanced colon therapy, everybody can feel very, very different to each other. Some people will have massive amounts of energy, some people will not have massive amounts of energy. It very depends on their lifestyle, what they've had happening in their day, or more importantly, their medical conditions. So within that, whatever treatment is, how long you've been coming to us, the practitioner will be able to advise you what you need to be doing afterwards. Majority of people, we will tell them to go back and rest and chill and use their magnesium salts, have a magnesium bath or foot soak. We'll be able to recommend them what foods they need to be eating in. They'll have a tailored aftercare written up afterwards. But when you're regular to having advanced colon therapy, you can get away with quite a lot. You know, you can go to the gym, you can do lots of different things, but it's very much individual. So the patient will be recommended after that appointment. If you've had a really busy week and you go and have a colonic, you can feel really energized afterwards, and your quality of sleep, I've got to say this, there's nothing like it. The following day you will feel absolutely fantastic. But sometimes when people do feel really, really tired after a treatment, that's because they sometimes need to have a treatment as quick as a couple of days later or a week later. But it's down to us to be able to tell you what to do afterwards. So after a colonic, your sleep can improve anything up to 80%. It's like waking up the following morning and like, is it a school day or is it not a school day? And then your energy in the gym is just immense. Like the weights that I can lift after I've done a colonic are even better, you know. Also, you're not craving certain foods, so salt or sugar. Your appetite is suppressed because your body's only telling you the food it actually needs, instead of it telling you, I need to eat this food to give me energy, and then you're going to feel fatigued afterwards. Your skin's improved. You're hydrated, so you know you're not a cucumber that's got anxiety anymore. Does that make sense? So you're hydrated, so it makes you feel better. And also, you know, the other things is that your relationships around people, your tolerance of people is better. Your mental health is better because of that. You're able to focus better. You're more determined in other aspects of your life. And you've got more time in your day that you'll be more productive as well. So the myths regards to advanced colon therapy. So I hear this all the time. It makes your bowel lazy. It's the opposite, okay? It's basically your PT for your gut, okay? So we're retraining your guts to work with a natural muscle tone. So remember the sexy caterpillar, I'll bring it back every single time. It needs to move like my bicep, like this, okay? That's what we want. So that is a myth, that it makes your bowel reliant on the colonic, lazy. Also it takes the good bacteria out of the gut. Well, majority of people aren't taking any biotics, proper biotics that are accustomed to their gut. at EternalBeing, because we do a gut analysis, we are able to tell you exactly the bacteria you need to be taking. Also, you get biotics with your colonic as well, because we can see what's going on with your gut to give you that nice sexy muscle tone, and also get some nice conditioned abs going on inside that. So we're with the body conditioner, we bring it all in. So it's a myth that people think that colonics are a new thing and gut health is a new thing. 300 BC, colonics came from the Egyptians. Incas were doing enemas. It might not look the way it looks now, but you know, it's a complete myth that people think this is a new thing. Looking after gut health is your first thing. You just need to look at places like Denmark, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Australia, New Zealand. It's regular to go and have colonics. It's regular to look after your health. So yeah, you know, get yourself booked in. What you're hanging about at, you know, you're all moaning that you've got no energy, you're all moaning that you've got guts on you, you're all moaning that your clothes are tight on you. Get yourself booked in, please. So I'm asked about the difference between colonics and enemas. There's a huge difference. Enema is an enema kit, okay? That only clears out the rectum and the anus. A colonic is like the Rolls Royce. Comes from the Egyptians, the Golden Age, where they made the pyramids, 300 BC, and literally a colonic is clearing the whole colon out. What you've got to realise is that you're not clearing the colon out in one session. It takes a matter of sessions to be able to do that, but in one regular colonic it's equal to approximately 48 enemas, to help you understand the difference. The difference between an enema is a little bucket system. You get all different types, and it's one inlet pipe with a little speculum. Also, you do get disposable enemas, and you get non-disposable enemas. With a colonic, it has an inlet pipe and an outlet pipe. So an inlet pipe is attached to the equipment, and also you have a waste pipe. Then a speculum is put into the body. Just back mount though, no more than that, okay? And basically, there's litres of water that can go in you at a minute at a time. We can actually tell you how much is going in, whether how much somebody's hydrated, different water flows. You can't do that with an enema, all right? Also, we administrate getting the fecal matter out whilst the client or patient is actually on the bed. Or sometimes they have to get off the bed to release on the toilet. With an enema, it really isn't like that, okay? It's literally, you put the inlet pipe in, and it's the urge of, I need to get to the toilet now, and you rush to the toilet. You will hear about enemas and people holding enemas. I get frustrated with this one, and this is where sometimes people go down the coffee, magnesium, aloe vera route of enemas, which we hear these fashionable statements, you know. You've got to know what you're doing with a basic water and enema first before you start even interfering with using coffee, aloe vera and so on, because there's specific diagnosis that you'll be using that for. So learn how to do water and enemas with EternalBeing, because it's not about holding that water in. This can actually cause damage. This can make symptoms worse, make the person more bloated, uncomfortable, stretch the muscle. So it's about us educating you on the tools that you need to have an EternalBeing enema kit, and how you would release that pressure out of the gut. And every person is so different. That's the magic of it. So yeah, that's the difference. So with patients coming to the clinic, I just wanted to help them in all the areas, and I could see all the links. That's the joy of being high function autistic, is that I'm able to see things in a very different way. So I can, it's like a jigsaw puzzle on the floor, and I piece it all together. That's where I get really excited, that I can see that this product could do this for this person and make them feel better, and this product can do this. Now, I've worked with lots of different companies over the years, and I can see a flaw, massive flaw. And also the reps not really understanding their own products that they're selling to you. That was infuriating for me. And a lot of them having gut issues, another one. So that's where I came with the EternalBeing healthcare, and that's where the magic started to happen. I met with some amazing people talking about putting together different ranges together, and if certain supplements could go with other supplements, and like, if we did this and this, could that work? Well, yeah, let's try it. And that's where the EternalBeing healthcare came, which I'm megally proud of, and we've got some really exciting things coming in the future. So we've got our app that's being built, and there's going to be subscriptions and offers, and all the magic's going to be spread, and the love's going to be spread to everybody, that, you know, and it to be affordable. I need to really point that out there. And also going down the eco route as well for the packaging as well. Not all of it at the minute, bear with me, one step at a time. But that's the reason why I want to help as many people as possible, but for it to be affordable, that's important as well. So EternalBeing was solution focused. So the ranges happened due to the fact that I've been so determined to find something to work for a patient. So that will be target driven to the skin, or it'd be target driven to the gut. So that could be EternalBeing, the magic cream or the cream for eczema, psoriasis or parasites, or the shampoos for cradle cap or eczema or dandruff. That's coming from the gut. Or it could be a gummy to get somebody to relax, or it could be soluble fibre husks that we have in our range, or it might be the menopause patch, or it might be the prostate patch. All the different ranges that we have is that solution focused to bring it together.